Are ghosts real?
And welcome to another episode of Are Ghosts Real? With me, Karine. So today is actually thundering outside. You probably won't be able to hear it from here, but it is certainly cool and it's adding to my little atmosphere while I edit, which is fantastic, to be honest. I'm enjoying myself immensely. But this is part 3. If you haven't watched part 1 and 2, I will put a link down below, and this is from Kenilworth Castle, which was a fantastic castle, and I hope that so far you have found it really interesting. I did get attacked by pigeons numerous times. Which is basically part 2. It's just me getting attacked by pigeons most of the time. And annoying the spirits. So with that in mind, let's continue on annoying the spirits, I guess. And please don't forget to leave me a comment if you do enjoy. If you don't know what to put, just put a little ghost emoji, but it helps out the algorithm. Well, at least I think it does. So without further ado, let's get into it, and thank you for watching. So this is the water gate, and supplies were brought into the castle through this gate and taken into the inner court through a small door beneath the great hall. In the 16th century, there were lodgings for 200 people in this area. Whoa! So this is where my mead would come through. Is there any mead actually on the ship right now? Any mead? So all of that would have been water, as I said earlier. So back in the day as well, they used to have a massive dolphin on the lake. I'm going to I really want to put on my recorder, but the wind is a bit of a problem, I think. So I'm not going to do that because I just feel like the wind is a bit too much today. But this is incredible. Absolutely massive. It just goes on. This is the Pleasance buildings, and these were built in 1656. They were built with materials from the abandoned Pleasance in the Marsh, which was the 15th century royal banqueting pavilion that stood at the far end of the mere. Okay, the 15th century ruins, and then created these, or this, should I say. But what is this over here? I'm intrigued. That goes into the gardens, and there's a door over there. I just want to know what this is. Might actually be absolutely nothing, but hey, there's a crow. The amount of pigeons though, I'm like, ugh. Oh, I love it. They've created a little insect house for the little insects there. So this is the Swan Tower. Right, so the tower stands on the northwest corner of the outer curtain wall and may have originated as part of the 13th century defences. It was perhaps altered in the 14th century and then used as a small banqueting house. Woo! Oh, okie dokie then. Well, is anyone currently in the Swan Tower? Well, I can't. Just showing me bricks. Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, there is bricks. That is pretty much what I'm looking at. Bricks. So, could you please show me yourself, please? That would be great if you could show me what you look like. If there is anyone here, that is. Oh, could you give me your name, please, using this device? This device won't hurt you or harm you. Wait, did that just say Kareem Bell? Oh, could you give me your name, please, using this device? This device won't hurt you or harm you. Wait, did that just say Kareem Bell? Did someone just say my full name? I swear, it just said Kareem Bell. And like literally it just said my name. I could have sworn it said something and then it said Kareem Bell. Maybe I'm just making that up. I'll have to check when I get home, but I'm sure it just used my full name. So it is, well, looks to be a man or someone standing in front of a house with lights on, and he's just sort of standing outside looking in. That's what it looks like. That's a bit interesting. So he's not going in, he's just sort of outside standing there. Okay, that's a bit random. Okay, but I'm really confused. Well, I'm not confused, but I'm not confused at all. I just want to put my bag down. The Leicester building, if I remember correctly, on the thing. That's the Leicester building there. This is the 16th century part, built by Robert Dudley. That really is impressive. I mean, look at that. That's absolutely gorgeous. These windows are just gorgeous. Is Robert Dudley still here with me? Do you mind me being in your castle? Because technically, I suppose it is your castle, right? So, do you mind me being here? totally reminds me of Middleham. It just looks like Middleham. I don't know why, it just reminds me of it really badly. I wonder if that's why Richard really liked this place. Obviously it was not his castle of care, but did Richard III like this place? Because it reminded him of Middleham. What was it like to live here? Or what was it like to be a servant here? So this was Gaunt's Tower. Ooh, crikey. No, you just fell over. This was Gaunt's Tower, and this was estate apartments, which had... Ooh, this is where the latrines were. Perfect. The latrines, I think, are down there, possibly. I mean, is there anyone in the guard robe? This is my standard question right now. No, by the looks of it. I think they're kind of fed up of me. I think they're just like, someone please just get rid of this woman right now. She's driving us nuts. So this is a portrait of Elizabeth I at 42 years old, and this painting is dated to the 1570s. Never seen that one before. And then that is Robert Dudley, commissioned in 1575. So this is the private apartments of Elizabeth I. So Dudley built these specifically for her. So this was built specifically for Elizabeth I. So these were the state apartments. Just love these windows. Oh my gosh, another flipping pigeon. Oh my gosh. Is Elizabeth I here? Wow.
Andrea.
Just said Andrea. So this is the Queen's outer chamber, and this would have been the first room Queen's private apartments. So Elizabeth would meet her closest friends and courtiers here. Wow. So you can see the panelling around the fireplace there, and the door. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Just says don't. And this would have been a beautiful big window. And all of these holes here would have been frescoes. So they would have held frescoes. And look at that. So this would have been the Queen's bedchamber. So it would have been her ladies in waiting. And then Elizabeth's room.
Innocent.
Interesting. Ghost Tube just said innocent. It says please go. Look at that. There's floorboards still there. You can see that there. That's incredible. So we're going further up. These windows are gorgeous. I came, if I'm being completely honest, I came to see if Richard was here. That's why I came. So that's the view of what it would look like. Wow. So this is perhaps Lady Sydney Chambers. Be careful. Oh, thank you. I will be careful. He just told me to be careful. To stay away from the railing. I will be careful, I promise. It is so beautiful. Do you wonder what that is over there? So Lady Sydney was supposed to potentially be in this room. This is a very famous painting. I've seen this painting before. It says stop recording. This is the painting of 1580, which shows Queen Elizabeth dancing with Lord Leicester. Yeah, I've seen that before. So this room here was formerly a long room, and it was designed for a long gallery to relax above her bedchamber. Okay, interesting. I'm terrible at dancing, so I won't be doing any dancing. Let's go this way. I'm trying to figure out how you get out. I can't go any further than that. I wonder if that's the latrines. Gatehouse, and this was created in 1570 by, again, I think the Dudley family. It was a private residence of Colonel Joseph Hawkesworth. Just says please leave. It's lovely though. It's lovely though. Look at this. It's absolutely gorgeous. Room. That beautiful old chair.
The reason for the big crack, not age or anything like that, the soil just dropped it really. If you go to the garden, you can see the obelisks in the garden. Yeah. Again, Baltic oak. The bit that's missing, I think, would probably have been a Tudor rose. Somebody had it as Tudor rose.
Well, I heard the fact that the Tudor rose is missing. I was like, oh, what a shame. Got space that goes through the floor. Look at that. Just called me an imbecile. And then it said sorry. Well, thank you. Thank you for saying sorry, I appreciate that one. And you can try on lots of medieval headdresses if you would like. And they've got some little things there. Never mind.
You're listening.
I am listening, yes. I heard you say imbecile, and then I heard you say sorry. Just came up with Thomas. Wow, look at this. This is beautiful. Look at that cross and that beautiful clock. could have been. Look at that bed. Oh my goodness me, that bed is amazing. Are you asking me if I can hear the clock? Yeah, I can hear that. Right, so this is the end of part 3. There will be a part 4. Mainly because I still have over 12 lots of files that I have not gone through. Also, still stuff on my phone that I haven't, added, that I still also need to go through. So there will be a part 4. I hope you're not bored by this. By the way, please let me know in the comments if you are bored by this. And then what I'll do is I'll break up the 4th one. So I'll do something else instead and then do the 4th one after, so you have a bit of a break. So please let me know in the comments if you would like me to do that, basically, or if you're happy for me to do the 4th one straight after, and just sort of, if you're enjoying it. So please let me know. Also, please let me know if you have enjoyed this one. Certainly very interesting things. GhostTube sometimes I feel was quite on the nose, and then other times I feel it wasn't on the nose, in all honesty. The other thing that was really interesting was at times I don't think they really enjoyed my presence, to be honest. But I also do think that they were also having conversations with themselves. And sometimes I was sort of stumbling across their own conversations, because that's kind of what it came across as a couple of times, that they were having a conversation. And then I'm not so sure I heard my name anymore, to be honest. As I was editing, I was like, I definitely heard Belle. Belle was 110% there. But actually, I'm not sure if it said the Queen or Corrine, because it actually, when you play it back, it does sound a bit like Queen rather than my name Corrine. And I think maybe they were having a conversation like, please help the Queen or something like that. And then I definitely heard full as well. I don't know whether that was directed at me or what, but there were certainly things there which were really interesting. But of course, I want to get your take on this as well. So again, please put that in the comments. But if you did enjoy this one, then don't forget to please like for me. It's free to do so. Also, press that subscribe if you are new here, so you don't miss more content. And then, because I've got more castles, by the way, coming. And then what was the other thing? Like, comment, and subscribe. That's the one. Subscribe and comment, because I don't know if it helps out the algorithm, but it might. So anyway, thank you so much. Have a fantastic week, everybody. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time for another episode of Are Ghosts Real? With me, Corinne.